Ask out. Invite someone on a date. Example: he finally got the courage to ask her out to dinner. Ask around. Inquire in different places. Example: I'll ask around to see if anyone has seen your lost dog. Add up. Make sense or have a logical conclusion. Example: his story just doesn't add up. I think he's hiding something. Act out. Express emotions through actions, often negatively. Example: the child often acts out to get attention from his parents. Aim at. Target. Example: the new policy is aimed at reducing environmental pollution. Allow for. Make provision or allowance for. Example: the schedule allows for a 30-minute lunch break. Answer back. Respond rudely. Example: she got in trouble for answering back to her teacher. Argue down. Beat in a debate. Example: he managed to argue down all objections to his plan. Arrange for. Organize or make plans for. Example: we need to arrange for transportation to the airport. Account for. Explain or justify. Example: he had to account for his absence at the meeting. Abide by. Follow a rule or decision. Example: all participants must abide by the rules of the competition. Angle for. Seek something indirectly. Example: he's been angling for a promotion for months. Ask for. Request. Example: she asked for a glass of water. Attach to. Become emotionally connected to. Example: he's very attached to his grandfather's watch. Appeal to. Be attractive or interesting. Example: this kind of movie really appeals to teenagers. Apply for. Make a formal request or application. Example: she applied for a new passport yesterday. Average out. Calculate an average. Example: over the year, our expenses average out to $1,000 a month. Act on. Take action because of something. Example: the police acted on the tip they received. Advise against. Recommend not doing something. Example: the doctor advised against running with his knee injury. Agree on. Have the same opinion about something. Example: we finally agreed on a date for the wedding. Aim for. Target with the intention to achieve. Example: she's aiming for the top score in her exam. Add on. Include as an extra item or amount. Example: we decided to add on a day to our vacation. Ask over. Invite someone to your home. Example: we asked them over for dinner next Friday. Angle off. Change direction gradually. Example: the path angles off to the left near the old oak tree. Air out. Exposed to fresh air. Example: it's a good idea to air out your room once in a while. Adopt out. Find a home for a pet. Example: many puppies were adopted out at the animal shelter event. Ask in. Invite someone inside. Example: when she arrived, I asked her in for coffee. Act upon. Take action based on something. Example, the committee will act upon the findings of the report. Ask up. Increase a price by negotiation. Example, he tried to ask up the price of his old car. Argue out. Resolve something by discussion. Example, we need to argue out our differences. Answer 4. Be responsible for something. Example, you will have to answer for your actions one day. Apply to. Be relevant or applicable. Example, this rule applies to everyone in the team. Attach onto. Connect or join to something. Example, you can attach this lens onto the camera. Agree with. Have the same opinion as someone else. Example, I agree with you on the importance of exercise. Add to. Increase or enhance. Example, this new evidence adds to the complexity of the case. Ask down. Invite someone to a lower floor. Example, can you ask down your brother for dinner? Argue over. Dispute or debate a topic. Example, they argued over the best strategy for hours. Act 4. Represent or perform on behalf of someone. Example, she's acting for the company in the negotiations. Arrange with. Make plans or arrangements with someone. Example, I've arranged with John to meet at 10 a.m. Age out. Become too old for something. Example, he aged out of the youth soccer league. Ask about. Inquire regarding someone or something. Example, did anyone ask about me while I was away? Agree to. Consent to accept or do something. Example, she finally agreed to the terms of the contract. Aim with. Direct or point something at a target. Example, aim with care before you shoot. Answer to. Be accountable or report to someone. Example, he answers to the board of directors. Add up to. Equal a certain amount. Example, the clues add up to a surprising conclusion. Advise on. Offer advice regarding a particular matter. Example, she's here to advise on legal matters. Alight from. Get down or off a vehicle. Example, passengers are reminded to alight from the train carefully. Angle towards. Direct something towards a particular goal. Example, he angled his remarks towards the younger audience. Account to. Justify actions to someone. Example, he must account to the committee for his decisions. Allow into. Permit entry. Example, they were finally allowed into the club.